who have fire in their belly. Let's see if the Frenchmen are any task here for this Portuguese core with the GOAT. I'm of course talking about Mutiris, one of the best to ever do it. BC.GAME, clear things to improve coming into a new day. Surprised to see them even ban Inferno in this veto, respecting their opponent. So map a 13-1 legacy. Full B stack in this pistol, but with no noise getting made. Rotations must be called. 3D Max even flank up connector. Electronic might be gone.
Ain't no way you're ready for this. And Gravity. Thought about holding the shot for a moment. Electronic forces it out of him. Still, 5v4 here. Rotates arriving in towards this A site. Aragorn dead straight away. It's Lucky feasting on BCG. Only s1mple left. 1v5 as this begins.
Go on.
Saw him win one hell of a clutch yesterday, but first round of this series, thrust into the 1v5 clutch. This is surely too much for him. Run down, the guns come hunting. 3D Max pick up the pistol.
Yeah, the mentality of Legacy was broken yesterday after that first map. That much was clear, but this is going to be a lot harder of a squad to break. A lot of ego, a lot of eagerness on this 3D Max team. And even hearing from Maka in that pre-game interview, not a lot of worry about this roster, thinking it's a weird mix. And hey, he's maybe got a point. But BC.GAME is still here, looking to qualify for stage 2. s1mple Deagle, 4 Glocks, take their time. It's a fun revenge arc this series, Harry, in this tournament for BCG, because when we saw s1mple in FaZe back at Austin, when FaZe went 2-0 in the second stage, they matched against Legacy. A Legacy who were talking a lot of smack. You remember s1mple responding with choice words of his own, shut the F up. And then they lost that game. They went on to play who? 3D Max. Gravity pulled out his classic phrase, s1mple, take your mouse and click. And 3D Max also won that game. So s1mple found revenge yesterday to Legacy. Is he going to find double revenge to 3D Max as well?
Yeah, not a dish best served cold, a dish best served twice over in s1mple's eyes.
Come back for seconds.
Tries to get involved with the Deagle. It'll just make its way around the pack now. Aragorn not to be underestimated.
And remember, I mean, he came in super cold to this series on T-side overpass. It's not like there was anyone saving them, but s1mple and Electronic were not there. It was all about kind of not just the comeback, but the resurgence of some of these players. Crazy, who was really quiet, recovered well. Electronic and s1mple storming towards the end of CT side. So hoping for just a little bit more fight out of the gate here from BC.GAME. But nice to know, even if they do go down, that they can rely on their CT side. 3D Max convert their pistol with ease, and now guns come out.
Touched upon this at the top of the day, but in a short little interview with Aragorn, he talked about just how surreal the feeling is that this team even exists in its current fashion. And I like that that's, you know, that's kind of the sentiment of the community where this squad was put together. To try and get them some invites, try and get them some time versus top teams. I like that that's a sentiment shared.
You what?
By the fellas in this roster.
That's an insane move. He just walked through con, didn't look anywhere. Very curious. These rotates are going to take time. Meanwhile, BC.GAME have just walked into A.
They've got a lot of room, right? Lucky just kind of playing back. They're looking to play this one in a 5v4 retake. You get shunted out of position by the util. Don't have anyone in the site itself. That's not info that BCG have, but they're about to get it. And here's the bomb plant. So time to get comfortable here, lads. Spam even connects. Mutiris.
Go.
Okay, that is going to sweeten the deal. Serves to spice things up. You were feeling quite good about the 5v4 retake. Chance to throw in a little gimmicky boost, but with it removed and the util locking you out, save is called straight away.
I don't mind it here from 3D Max, right? It would have just been a very chaotic round where you're relying on sticking that bomb in the smoke. It's hard to flush players out of toilets in a post-plant, so 3D Max don't leave it to chance. They get to play a full rifle round again, and a couple of them. So BC.GAME have to really break through this economy early in the map.
I think the thing that's nice for BC.GAME is the idea that they didn't win their first rifle round on the T side last time till round 11.
Oof.
Right? You've at least kind of got your foot in the door far earlier here.
Lovely spam. Just seals the fate of the round here. And decisive save here for 3D Max. No AWPs in play just yet. Aragorn being a bit safer in con, using his util, getting some support from Utiris. Ollies go in. Boost at B for early info. And BC.GAME regroup at that B site. Oh, boost on top site. Aragorn's missed it, but they've missed him. BC.GAME right there at the door.
I mean, Exercise is very committed to holding Monster close to this smoke. Right now, if they walk in through the short side, you need the guy on the bottom of the boost to hold on to this. They've had Exercise back up a little still. This could get really awkward. They spot the short play. Good check for Exercise as he repositions out to the barrels. 5v4 found. They know about him, and the electronic spam has whittled him down. Even sees the blood. He knows that connected, so I kind of hope electronic just recommits to this spam, and there it is. Exercise dead. Rotate's starting to arrive in through connector. You've got to flush out these players down here in pit. They're going to try and walk it forward. That retake is still coming in from short. Bomb yet to get planted. It actually tumbles away from BCG. Ends up even in this 2-on-2. Electronic 3 kills deep. How many more can he get on that swing? It gets silenced. Keen work from the rotates, and the slowdown for BCG costs them.
Yeah, it's nice slowdown in the meantime because 3D Max go investigating, and that gives BCG the kills back into the round. But in the meantime, 3D Max are coming in fast. They're coming in on the flank. They get set up. As soon as we go into a 2v2, 3D Max pounce. Short-term gain, long-term pain. 3 kills for Electronic, not enough as 3D Max win out that rifle round, and that really galvanizes the save in the previous round. Keeps their money in good standing. As BCG certainly buy back in. But without this rifle round landing, we might see the Frenchman start to streak away.
All right, s1mple, this is pretty ferocious stuff, and he's got the rest of the team in behind him. Very, very quick. You hear that smoke come down. I think mentally, you're anticipating you've got a bit more time to work with before they even arrive at the toilets. s1mple was out through mid before the smoke even fell, and so they're operating on a very forward timing right now. You got to remain cognizant that you didn't fully clear the bathrooms, and that might come into play later. For now, it's rewarded you a bomb plant and a 5v5 post plant to get set into.
They saw them at long as well. They just got info. Reflash for BCG, but remember, these are pistols and MAC-10s. They have to run at them, and Body is ready and waiting. Kills just delivered. Flash dodge. s1mple needs a response, and he needs it quick, but Body further from the angle profits. BCG could have just walked it back toilets, but going into body leaves them bodied and leaves them bruised. 0 players killed, despite the bomb plant. Felt like BCG really rushed that one. Nice call to get him into the site, but they go no further. This is a map, by the way, that 3D Max have gotten away with minimal play on, right? Since it got added to the pool, only a handful of games. 6 maps played, and 4 of them losses. So BC.GAME maybe feeling like they can punish today. Right now, 3D Max looking pretty comfortable. A lot of info, although BC.GAME don't know this. They've been boosting short every single round, just spamming different boosts and rotating off the back of it. So again, info, the water is clear. Be very quiet. And Pistols walk out middle. Simple saves for the AWP. 3D Max have 3 players ready topside. Just another pop here.
Yeah, quick explode, try to thrive in the chaos. Got some util on Aragon, right? 1 smoke, 1 flash, just to try and bring you into this round. That's going to come in now. Flash to tee up these pistols. Not a great one. Maka still vision out towards long, and with support from Lucky, distance maintained between them and these encroaching pistols. It's a dominant put down of that one from 3D Max.
That's why you get lineups for your flashes. You don't just eyeball them. That bounced off the little bit of wood and bounced backwards in front of toilets, so it blinded no one in the bomb site. You know, it's a pixel off being a perfect flash, but without it, they just get massacred. Tiniest details mattering here. And 3D Max having a whale of a time. 5-1 up, barely taking deaths.
Thing that is nice about the return to the rifles is getting to see a bit more work from Electronic over here towards B. Used to be a phenomenal lurk player out towards Monster, just really, really hard to deal with. Always keeping you guessing. And right now, these players on the B site have had a bit of a free ride, free info whenever they've wanted it. Electronic might look to change that. You've also taken a man advantage here. So this is an important round for BC.GAME. 5v4 from the get-go, teed up to go B now into a weakened bomb site. This is where they have to follow through.
3D Max have read it, right? These rounds have been pretty obvious from the offset where they're ending, so they're going to gamble. 3 players lower. As Maka drops in just in time. They're deeper than you're ready. Exercise takes a dink as a result. High damage done here for BC.GAME, but can they finish off the kills? Nades connect and Aragon doubles up, but still alive in the pit. Not for long as they get cut down by Electronic. 2 from him, 2 from Aragon, and 2 from BC.GAME.
It's just a potent reminder of what Electronic is capable of. You know, that is a classic Electronic play.
Yeah.
Just the contact walk out through Monster. He's done that his whole career on Overpass.
And on both halves as well, right? One of the most meta smokes in defense of B next to between pillar and barrels is that Electronic smoke, right? That's when he started using it in the Na'Vi jersey. And we saw in that comeback yesterday how integral he was at holding down the B bomb site. Him and Aragon constantly putting up multi-kills. But 3D Max, right, they've taken clean rounds in this game. The rounds they have won. So they have a lot of money right now.
Even that early save, like, still paying dividends, right? And so you touched upon it rounds ago. It's still very much a factor. You get to remain competitive. With clean rounds in there, with a 4-man save in your first round loss, you won't get dislodged from this CT side on the back of foregoing 1 round.
Orbs out for both squads.
Oh, missed mid-util.
That molly's pretty difficult. Don't really even see most teams try it. It's usually just the molly playground with a nade, a smoke in mid. But we just saw last round BC.GAME broke the smoke and found their 5v4. Maka not revealing his AWP, didn't have spawn. s1mple takes his to long.
I think for a lot of teams, for a lot of players, especially AWPers, you know, you kind of relish this chance. In the past, whenever you used to face s1mple back in his prime, it was terrifying. But this is a chance to, you know, take down the man who's always been at like the forefront of the GOAT conversation. Pull one over on him while he is, you know, not in his absolute peak form. A highly anticipated return.
And something that 3D Max have already done, like I said at Austin, against arguably a better team. Without a doubt a better team.
There's the opener for Maka. AWP fires off. 7-1. And this A site ready to receive. 3 players here. You've touched upon how these rounds have been pretty telegraphed. It's been fairly easy to figure out where they're ending up. There hasn't been a big deal of trickery, and Maka's AWP just given these commanding lines to fire through. Wallbang did connect there for s1mple, but he's so quickly the last man standing. Maka throws the hammer down.
And I don't want to be that guy again, but it's coming down to the little details. They missed a truck molly. If they hit the truck molly, Maka doesn't get 4 frags there, certainly. There's 2 players playing truck together, and BC.GAME missed the molly for that position. It lands on the roof. These things matter. These things win or lose you games, and right now BC.GAME are flubbing their utility. No! Exploited, yes, by Maka. 4 massive frags on the AWP, but it didn't have to be that way.
I mean, here's the thing. It already felt like a bit of a miracle that you were able to pull off one hell of a comeback to open up your run in Krakow. If you don't get another round on the board soon, if you just keep hemorrhaging them on this T side, you are once more leaning on a huge CT comeback.
And as fun as that is to remember the glory days and know you can do it and have that in the pocket, it's not reliable, is it? It's not. There's no guarantee.
No, it very much relies on all the stars aligning at the perfect moment.
Yes, and remember, they lost pistol. They won 4 spice. Even then, even those first couple of rounds decided, getting a bit lucky maybe. We say pistols are a coin toss so often. Okay, B-pop here, coming out fast.
But they're going into a 4-man stack. There's just way too many players here for you to break through, and you're already working with limitations. 3D Max battle forward, another well-placed, well-called stack to dismantle the offensive out of BC.GAME. They know where s1mple is, and they're quick and up for the challenge. Lucky runs him down. 3D Max still remain in full control.
Yeah, just fearless play right now. Great calls. Multi-kills from everyone. Stacks in the right place. With the exception of that save round, it's been 3D Max destroying them on these gun rounds. s1mple's AWP is back. Maka's ever present. Ooh, Aragon getting knifed in the back in spawn. Never fun. Little misclick. Ouch. Starting this round already on the back foot, and you want to talk stacks, Harry. Look at this one. 4 on A.
No, the 3D Max have been out positioning them in so many of these rounds. Just a great call, right? You just demolished the B play. You've kind of dealt with it every time they've looked to bring it in. And so you say to yourself, there's no way they do that again. There's no way they test this on B again. And they play heavy, mid-aggro, gravity even getting deep down long into the corner. I don't think this is an angle you clear.
He wouldn't turn down the chance to knife s1mple, would he? Oh, s1mple runs away. But gravity should hear that, so he's in hot pursuit.
Bombs down here in connector, though. And that makes me a little nervous. There is a standoff brewing.
Electronic is out B right now. That's where the call is coming from, but they've got to get through short. Exercise got to spot the shadow advantage. Easy pickup for him. Crazy needs the trade, and without it, the round falling by the wayside. Electronic's entries matter not without that bomb. s1mple here. Too little, too late. 1v4.
s1mple it is not. A rough round. And 3D Max sprinting up into the lead. Head in hands moment there.
Just calling from the front as well, aren't they, right? Making these stacks out of spawn, calling 4A, but they're not just sitting still 4A. They get all the info, they clear out middle. Yeah, s1mple, not ideal. And they allow players to walk down con, to rotate B safely. Electronics' position doesn't really matter.
And it's a shame because I think what they were trying to do there is objectively like a nice idea. You've been getting red, you've been a little too obvious in where you're ending up, so they were trying to use Electronic to do what he does best, which is just these contact walks out through Monster. But they've just given up so much ground, they're already a man down, that the round feels too far gone. I hope it doesn't shunt them away from using Electronic in this position in the final round of the half.
Well, he trades
it does feel like their best bet.
Yeah, he trades out his teammate here, so it keeps some map control for BCG. And 3D leave this AWP alone on the A site.
I mean, Mac has just not been missing. 10 and 1. You know, you almost don't get better than that.
And you want him taking these repeats, grabbing info, trying to thin the herd. Another flash back along, gets the spot on the scout, and has the angle as well. Maka gets a bit of help. They trust in Gravity alone at that B bomb site. As BCG get closer and closer, 40 seconds, the play is clear.
Even just the info that Electronic was spotted over here towards upper, it's nice info to have. There he is, dead out on the long side. Mutira's another swing and a miss on this scout.
Oh my,
finally hits a shot, but it's a quad swing to deal with him.
They just jump around the corner. They do not give a damn right now. 3D full control. Does this, the question, Harry, does this feel more dominant than the Legacy 11-1? In a way, I think it does. Because these rounds have been so clean.
Yeah, you just haven't put 3D under much stress. And you know, I have no doubt everyone's thinking, well, they
wait for that second half
from this scoreline yesterday, and it's like, yeah, but to do that twice over, back-to-back times,
wouldn't that be legendary?
I mean, it would be legendary. You kind of can't take that away from them.
It's all you have
if
to.
they do it, but
it's all you can say in the halftime break.
Let's see if they are able to just sweeten the deal, give themselves one extra round, and
come on, guys, we've done it before. But will they do it again?
Okay, they are going to use the Electronic walkout, and again, it looks good for him to get some space here. Chance to catch Gravity on a reposition. He's going to see him there, and this kill comes for free. Controls the spray. Electronic finishes the job. 2 kills on the entry pathing. Electronic has been the bright spark here for BC.GAME. Takes Exercise to deal with that demon. Closing in, Exercise off the mark. Body wrestles one back, but the round is far away from him. 1v3 required from Body, 15 and 4. Topping the charts for 3D. So if anyone could make you believe, it's this guy. Body moving in. On the angle is s1mple, and he'll finally get something done here. 3 rounds for BC.GAME, a commanding half for 3D, but we all remember, we thought they were out of it yesterday. Can they really pull off this scale of a comeback 2 days in a row?
I just wanna feel whole again, yeah. When you come Life a sinless truth. I swear I saw the light. I pushed the button, flying saucer in outer space. Only love can bring me face to face with. I swear I saw your eyes. I felt it coming. UFO that I could taste. Only love can bring me face to face with you. I swear I saw the sun as I know. Black holes are on the horizon. I called the darkness, said I need a re-up. Gasoline dreams that I keep in my head. I swear I saw the moon as I saw it eclipse. A kaleidoscope. I called the darkness, said I need a re-up. Gasoline dreams that I keep in my head. 'Cause endless now, head over heels again. I don't wanna be alien to you. I swear I saw the
.3D Max as the gatekeepers of the top 16. Well, they are playing up to the level right now on the BC game pick of overpass 9-3 up after a very successful CT venture.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, look, we wouldn't even be entertaining it if you hadn't seen a comeback of this scale once already. But I'll say this, a lot has to go right for BC game. Not a bad place to start would be getting s1mple switched online. Right now, when you look at the efforts, it's really only been Electronic getting anything done. And with s1mple dead early right off the top of this round, and an A site that's wide open, 3D Max, they've got their finger to the pulse.
Yeah, it looks like they've said in that halftime break, guys, don't play scared. Don't let them back in. Let's rush them down in this pistol. Full send to middle, taking down s1mple, and they've got the sight as well. Flank contained for one more kill, and it's a 2v4. Blink and you miss it. Boost over the truck. They're going to fight together. 3D Max is having fun right now, and they get themselves double digits after the pistol round. Electronic hoping for a mistake that will not be given over. 3, 2, 1. And 3D Max come in. Now, it was the force buy, if we remember yesterday. It wasn't actually the pistol round they won. So, I mean, that's what you've got to believe. But do they go for it once more?
Just, you know, you're feeling a little different about this one, though.
Definitely.
There isn't that same feeling of hopefulness in the air that if things just went a little different, maybe they could be onto something. Here, Electronic really stands as the only guy to accomplish anything for this side of BC game.
They fully eco. They feel the same.
Even looked a little rough around the edges in some of these clears. He went from being the top performer of that series the other day to even just his very first gun round, the con moment that felt weird. Where he didn't clear any of his angles, just kind of gave a kill away on a silver platter.
And sure, it's a different scoreline, so that's partly why you're ecoing this instead of forcing. It's not 11-2 where you have to buy, essentially, but even just backs up the point that this does feel different. 3D Max, methodical mid-clear. Molly in the connector, up into mid. And for a team that played only 6 overpasses as a roster last year, it's looking solid right now. It's looking methodical. They had a variety of setups on the CT side. Weren't afraid to leave bomb sites open, make gambles. And it was a very punishing game. So already looking like a good sign for 3D Max on a map that they didn't favor.
Yeah, I also didn't think BC game made it particularly hard for them. a lot of the rounds were just kind of wherever you took the first contact, that's where the round was ending up, right? You fight a guy on A, okay, they're coming A, let's stack this bomb site. There wasn't a whole lot of trickery, and I think that is a bit of a disservice because Electronic was getting great results out towards Monster. You know he's a vocal player. You know one of the reasons they tried to make him an IGL in the first place is that he was very vocal in mid-rounds, very good at trying to call the movements of his team, a secondary caller, where Electronic did his best work, and so I have no doubt he was, you know, trying to get the rest of BC Game to join him on these B missions. But that didn't happen. And I think, you know, if you did want to think about some missed opportunities there for BC Game, it was to use the great game from Electronic in a better way. Because now they're left with this one rifle round to try and change their fortune.
Yeah, it's now or never. It's now or Anubis. BC Game banning Inferno out, surprising in this series, leaving it to a pick of 3D Max onto Anubis. A map that both teams have only played once. BC Game online and 3D Max here won it yesterday. So here we go. What's this one rifle round got in store for BC Game? s1mple and Crazy start on that top site. We mentioned the Electronic and Aragorn hold of B was extremely reliable against Legacy. 3D Max looked to avoid it in this gun round. Up connector again, same play. Taking mid.
I like that they're not keeping the triple stack here for too long. Mutir is moving away, going to try and reinforce the top site. s1mple and Crazy going to have their work cut out for them. There's the rifle delivering an opening, but an instant trade back for 3D Max. Only one player in the bomb site till Mutiris arrives.
Punishing right now. Mutiris has 1 kill in the game, Harry.
They could double that here, and it would go a long way to helping out his squad. Swing wide and deleted straight away. That is a super ugly spray for Crazy, and it delivers a multi-kill in these openings.
That's it. That might be round and maybe even game. A chance for Crazy, a chance for Mutiris, but they have not warmed into this map. s1mple, hot trade from Body. And nothing to celebrate in this CT side for BC Game, so it seems. Exercise even trying to punish. Save spotted.
The flash pumping, I'm gonna stay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's all going down.
Bit of a clash there. It was one of the big questions, right? Very different styles of Counter-Strike, very different personalities. And while it all gelled together beautifully yesterday, today there's a little bit more friction within BC Game.
To be expected, especially in a match like this where BC Game have not come close in their lost rounds. No nice tries, no near clutches. Flying is Electronic for his frag, but his teammates pay the price again. 3 on 4, and Lucky just doesn't want the smoke. They go into that top site. s1mple's been shipped down and caught trying to reposition rather, drop that smoke. Body again punishing. 4v2. Feeling as good as done. 3D Max on a surprising map show up and absolutely spank BC Game.
Yeah, just a failure to launch really for this BC Game squad. And if you start slow versus a team like 3D Max, they will swallow you up. And that's exactly what's happened here on Overpass. Even this, looking forward for 3D Max and the rest of the tournament, could set a bit of a tone, right? You touched upon how they've largely dodged having to play on Overpass. Well, this one sends a message, man. That is a crazy dominant win.